Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Mark Bevensey, the Interim Provost and Dean of the College, and on behalf of our President, General Glenn Walters, I'd like to welcome you to the Citadel and to the 2019 Commencement Ceremony for the Citadel Graduate College. Please remain standing for the invocation and also for the National Anthem, which will immediately follow. Our invocation will be given by Commander Joe R. Molina, Chaplain to the South Carolina Corps of Cadets.
We unite in all of our diversity with grateful hearts, Lord, for the blessings of this much-awaited day. We are most grateful for the privilege of gathering here to witness and experience the graduation of those who have completed this course of study and have committed themselves to serve, to lead, and excel in their chosen professions. For to those who much has been given, much is expected. We ask for divine guidance on this august event. May we understand and embrace that knowledge must be accompanied by doing, and doing what is right and pleasing in God's sight. May these graduates be diligent and accountable stewards for the knowledge and wisdom bestowed on them by their dedicated mentors and teachers. Grant us, we pray, your wisdom and understanding on the never-ending journey of knowledge and service, and grant us the extra measure of grace and stamina to pursue our appointed vocations with passion and an abiding concern for the well-being of others. Amen.
Please be seated. Cadet marshals will now exit. Thank you for your service. It's now my honor to introduce the 20th President of the Citadel, General Glenn M. Walters, United States Marine Corps retired, Citadel Class of 1979. He returned to his alma mater in 2018 after serving as the 34th Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, the second-ranking officer in the Marines. His final assignment in a distinguished 39-year military career. General Walters served as a naval aviator and test pilot and in command and staff roles at every level. An alumnus and highly decorated Marine, General Walters brings extensive experience in strategic leadership and dedicated public service to the Citadel. All that's really important and good, but it's also important to know that General Walters and Mrs. Walters, Gail, his lovely wife, are wonderfully warm human beings who've already endeared themselves to the campus through their genuineness and through their desire to help us all figure out the next way forward to greatness of the Citadel, and we are just so fortunate to have both of them with us. Please join me in welcoming General Walters.
Just for the record, I was commissioned when I was 8 years old. Sorry, I had to get that in. I'm tired of hearing about the 39 years. But please join me in thanking the Charleston Concert Band for their wonderful performance. Distinguished guests, faculty, staff, friends, relatives, and most important of all, our outstanding graduates. I am pleased to share the significant milestone in your education today. Your class came together from many different paths, but shared a focus and determination to complete a degree program while balancing many other demands on your time. You shared a goal of making a more significant contribution to your chosen career. Since 1966, the Citadel Graduate College has been a vital part of this institution and an important contributor to advancing the Low Country. During this academic year, the Citadel Graduate College will award a total of 448 degrees, including 350 at the graduate level and 98 at the baccalaureate level. The Citadel Graduate College provides Low Country professionals and students and around the world the flexible and supportive learning environment, both in the classroom and online. Our graduate students come from all walks of life, many with full-time jobs and/or families. Some of our students are active duty personnel, and others are military veterans. Together, you represent a talented group of people who are self-directed and highly motivated, and I am confident that our society will be well served by you, our graduates. I am proud of you and your accomplishments that we are recognizing here today. I know you will represent the high ideals of the Citadel wherever life takes you. Thank you and congratulations. Dr. Bedmondson.
It's now my pleasure to introduce the distinguished guests on our platform. I would ask each of you to stand briefly when introduced and then sit back down. And I would ask our audience to please hold your applause until everyone on the platform has been introduced. I'd like to begin with members of our Board of Visitors who are with us today. First, Colonel Fred L. Price, Jr., Class of 1975, Chair of the Citadel Board of Visitors. Colonel Allison Dean Love, the Citadel Graduate College, Class of 1993. Colonel Peter M. McCoy, Sr., Class of 1974. Colonel John C. Dominic, United States Air Force retired, Class of 1971. Colonel Jamie A. Kahn, Class of 2000. Colonel James E. Nicholson, Jr., Class of 1985. Colonel Douglas A. Snyder, Member Emeritus. Also on the platform today, we have Colonel Leo A. Mercado, United States Marine Corps retired, Class of 1979, President of the Citadel Alumni Association. Commander Joe R. Molina, Chaplain to the South Carolina Corps of Cadets and Director of Religious Activities. Dr. Sean Alford, Class of 1992, Superintendent of the Aiken County Public School District and designated representative of the State Superintendent of Education. Please join me in recognizing these individuals who are so important to the fulfillment of our mission. Graduation Day places the spotlight on the primary mission of the institution, and that is the academic enterprise. A college promotes intellectual growth through reading and reflection, inquiry and investigation, and through discussion and debate. The faculty and the academic administration guide that growth. The academic leadership of the Citadel is entrusted to the senior academic officers of the college. I would like to ask each of them to stand briefly when introduced, and once again, the audience would hold your applause until I've introduced all of these folks. Present with us today are, first, Dr. Tara Horner, Associate Provost for Planning, Assessment, and Evaluation and Dean of Enrollment Management. Dr. David Allen, Associate Provost for Academic Affairs. Dr. Kevin Bauer, Associate Provost for Academic Operations. Dr. Bo Moore, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. Ron Welch, Dean of the School of Engineering. Dr. Larry Daniel, Dean of the Zucker Family School of Education. Dr. Darren Zimmerman, Dean of the Swain Family School of Science and Mathematics. Dr. Michael Weeks, Dean of the Tommy and Victoria Baker School of Business. Dr. Faith Rivers James, Assistant Provost for Leadership and Department Head of Leadership Studies. And Dr. Joel Berlingeri, College Marshal. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. Also with us this afternoon are representatives of the talented and dedicated women and men of the Citadel faculty. Will the faculty and members of the Faculty Senate now please rise and be recognized? Thank you. And finally, let us recognize the families of our candidates for graduation. Without their support, we know that today wouldn't have been possible for our graduates. So let's go by groups here. Could I first ask if you are a husband, a wife, or a child of a graduate, would you please stand up? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, if you are a parent of a graduate, would you please rise and let us recognize you? And finally, I hope we have some grandparents and perhaps great-grandparents with us today. If you're either of those groups, please stand. Thank you very much. We all acknowledge and appreciate the crucial role that all of you have played in the success of these folks here on the floor. General Walters will now present our honorary degree recipient and our speaker for today. General Walters.
Okay. Dr. Bevensey returns to his seat. Oh, never mind. That's what you said. Turn the page. 21 years ago, the Citadel Graduate College granted its first honorary degree. I'm delighted to report that the 71st honorary doctorate will be awarded today. Colonel Fred Price, Chairman of the Board of Visitors, and Brigadier General Mark Bevensey, the Interim Provost and Dean of the College, will assist me in conferring this degree. The Honorable Robert Leon Wilkie is dedicated to the veterans whose selfless service and sacrifice protected America's freedoms and ensured its democracy. As Secretary of Veterans Affairs, one of the largest government agencies, Mr. Wilkie is responsible for providing veterans and their families with the benefits and services they have earned. The son of an Army artillery officer, Mr. Wilkie grew up in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He currently serves the United States Air Force Reserve in the Office of the Chief of Staff. With more than 25 years of federal service at the national and the international level, Mr. Wilkie has an impressive resume, which includes serving as the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. In this role, he was the principal advisor to the Secretary and Deputy Secretary of Defense for Total Force Management as it relates to readiness, National Guard and Reserve Component Affairs, Health Affairs, Training, and Personnel Requirements and Management. For his tireless work in support of veterans and their families, and for his lifetime of public service, the Citadel Board of Visitors is proud to award the Honorable Robert Leon Wilkie an honorary doctorate of public administration. You're the expert.
I know it. I'm coming over your head. Now we graduate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm Citadel welcome to our 2019 commencement speaker, Secretary Robert Leon Wilkie.
Thank you to my friend General Walters, and thank you to the men, women, parents, friends of this remarkable institution. Today recognizes the fact that this is a milestone in life, and it marks a great time of change for all of you. And my first advice is to take time to thank those who have been of help to you, those family members and friends whose love and support helped you arrive at this day. Now, having given speeches at Arlington Cemetery, the White House, and the British House of Commons, I have always had in the back of my mind Winston Churchill's admonition that there are 3 B's in public speaking: be bold, be brief, and be gone. And I will try to live up to his reputation. Churchill himself actually had a great rhetorical antagonist, the Irish playwright George Bernard Shaw. And Shaw had just written the play Pygmalion, which Lerner and Loewe had turned 40 years later into the musical My Fair Lady. And he sent a note to Churchill that said, "Dear Winston, please take 2 tickets to the opening night of my play. Please bring a friend if you have one." And Churchill responded, said, "Dear Shaw, occupied with the business of government tonight, will come to the second night of your play, if there is one." But Shaw had the last word when it came to pompous graduation speakers. He was walking across Parliament Square in London, and coming toward him was the former Prime Minister James Ramsay MacDonald, who Churchill had once called a sheep in sheep's clothing. And he said, "Shaw, I am most distressed. I've been asked to give the commencement address at Balliol College in Oxford, and Shaw, they have only given me 15 minutes to speak. I cannot tell them everything I know in 15 minutes. What should I do?" Shaw said, "Ramsay, speak very slowly." But on a more serious note, as the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, there are few colleges or universities in this country that provide a more welcoming home for active duty service members and veterans and their families than does the Citadel. The fact makes it even more of an honor for me to be here with you today. So I'd like to share a couple of stories that mean a great deal to me. 26 years ago, a great American spoke here at the commencement of the Corps of Cadets, our nation's 40th president, Ronald Reagan. President Reagan noted that Citadel graduates formed a roll of honor that stretches unblemished from the Ardennes to the 38th parallel, from Grenada to the Persian Gulf, with name after name of those who have served our country bravely in time of war. And looking out today, I am reminded about something that my former boss, Condi Rice, once said. She said, "I have learned from my father that it was fine to ask questions, fine to learn the whole range of human knowledge, but there was some things that one could not see. There are some things that one cannot prove. The essence of being human is the knowledge of what is, combined with the belief of what might be. So you have taken advantage of this place of reason. The world too easily dismisses the role of reason and faith in our society and our world. But this place has encouraged you to find your passion. Remembering what you are passionate about, what will make you get up every day for the rest of your life, is more fulfilling in overcoming and mastering something difficult than something that comes easy. And you have learned that here. When you overcome something that is hard, you know you can meet life's challenges no matter how hard they are. You might not be able to control your circumstances, but you can control your response to those circumstances. If you can keep that in mind, you will not give way to aggrievement and to entitlement, both of which rob you of your ability to control your life. Whenever you are lacking in optimism, remember your special responsibility because of where you are and what you have been granted by this place to hold up those who don't fall to cynicism and to hold up those who can see a world not as it is, but a world as it should be. And I'd like to spend our last moments together talking about something that I have thought about and cared about for a long time, and that is the obligation of service to our great nation. We hear a lot in the United States about our rights as citizens. What we don't hear enough about are our responsibilities as citizens. What does it mean to be a citizen of this great republic? Churchill, who was the son of an American mother, summed it up this way about the United States. In America, when great causes are on the move in the world, we learn that we are spirits, not animals, and that something is going on in space and time, and beyond space and time, which, whether we like it or not, in America, spells duty. This nation was born in circumstances so unique that we still cannot comprehend the miracle. The founders, lawyers, tradesmen, merchants, farmers, achieved security and standing in life, but they valued liberty more. They pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. 16 of them gave their lives. Most gave their fortunes. All preserved that sacred honor. They gave us more than a nation. They brought to mankind for the first time the central idea that we are born free, that each of us has inalienable rights, and that the government was created for our convenience, having only the powers people chose to give it. That is the heritage that you are about to claim, and that is the heritage that many in this audience have already defended in uniform. We need you. We need your great ideas, your strength, and your idealism to help us make right that which is wrong. So don't let the cynics persuade you that the past is behind us, that the past will never catch up with the future, that from here it is all downhill. Each generation can see farther than the generation that preceded it because it stands on the shoulders of those who came before. You are going to have unique opportunities that can only be found in this magnificent republic. When your history is written, it won't dwell on the turmoil of the recent past, but history will ask, and our answer determines the fate of freedom for 1,000 years. Did a nation lose hope? Did a people created by the courage of others lose that courage? 40 years ago, the Australian Prime Minister John Curtin said that I wonder if anybody ever thought what the situation for the comparatively small nations of the world would be if there were not in existence the United States of America, if there were not this magnificent country prepared to make so many sacrifices for the peace of mankind. This is our noble and rich heritage. It is yours to protect, it is yours to pass on, and that is your duty as citizens of a free republic. Last year, I had the great honor of visiting Roanoke, outside of Oxford, Mississippi, the home of the towering genius of 20th century American literature, Mr. William Faulkner. In 1950, Faulkner was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, and he delivered a speech for the ages, the shortest in Nobel history because, like Churchill, he believed in brevity as well. But I believe that Faulkner that day was speaking to the spark that exists in all of us, and that man is a learning and spiritual creature. Faulkner said that we must teach ourselves that the basest of all things is to be afraid, and teaching that, forget it forever, leaving no room in our workshop for anything but the old verities and the truths of the heart, the old universal truths lacking which any story is ephemeral and doomed. Love and honor, pity and pride, compassion and sacrifice. Until man does so, he labors under a curse. He writes not of love, but of lust, of defeats in which nobody loses anything of value, and of victories without hope, and worst of all, without pity or compassion. His griefs grieve on no universal bones, leaving no scars. He writes not of the heart. Until he learns these great things, he will write as though he stood among and watched the end of man. And as Faulkner concluded, he said, I decline to accept the end of man. It is easy enough to say that man is immortal simply because he will endure. That when the last dong of doom has clanged and faded from the last worthless rock, hanging tideless in the last red and dying evening, that even then there will still be one more sound, that of his puny, God-given, inexhaustible voice still talking. And he concluded by saying, I refuse to accept that end. I believe that man will not merely endure, he will prevail. He is immortal, not because he alone among the creatures has that inexhaustible voice, but because he has a God-given soul, spirit, capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance. This graduate school has helped prepare you for the next phase of your lives. You are challenged to make the most of it. And always remember those core values that are written on every building on this campus: honor, duty, and respect. Remember what you are passionate about. And remember that all people have a spirit capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance. So the best of luck in the next phases of your life. Thank you for what you will do for our country. God bless you. God bless your families, this great institution, and God bless our great republic. Thank you all very much.
Secretary Wilkie, thank you for those inspiring words. They provide outstanding wisdom and guidance for our Citadel Graduate College Class of 2019. And I'm glad I spoke first. At this time, Dr. Bedmesey will come to the podium and conduct the next portion of the ceremony. You want me to turn the page?
Thank you, sir. This afternoon, we'll be presenting degrees to 448 candidates, some of whom are unable to attend and will receive their degrees in absentia. We will award degrees to the graduate and undergraduate students who have successfully completed the requirements for each of the academic programs in the Citadel Graduate College. Each school dean will come forward and ask the candidates from their programs to please stand. Graduates, when your degree program is called by your dean, please rise until all programs within your school have been called, and then the dean will seat you again. Once all groups have gone through that process, Colonel Price will then ask all the graduates as a group to stand as one class, and he'll confer all of the degrees at the end. After that, graduates will come forward to the platform to receive their diplomas from President Walters. So we'd now like to start with our deans presenting their candidates. I'd like to call on Dr. Michael Weeks, Dean of the Tommy and Victoria Baker School of Business, to come forward.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. Will the candidates for the degree, the Master of Business Administration, please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Business Administration please stand? We are very proud of you. Thank you for choosing the Citadel, and congratulations on this great achievement this afternoon. You may be seated. I would now like to invite Dr. Ron Welch, Dean of the School of Engineering, to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'm proud to be the Dean of Engineering at the School of Engineering here. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Civil Engineering please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, will you please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Project Management please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering please stand? We're so proud of you, the entire faculty. Thank you for your talents. Thank you for choosing the Citadel. You may be seated. I would like now to invite Dr. Bo Moore to the podium.
Thank you, Ron. And let me add my good afternoon to everyone here. It's obviously a very special day, and this is a very special group. I'm going to ask each group of our degree recipients to please stand in sequence until we're all standing together. Will the candidates for the degree Specialist in Education in School Psychology please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Clinical Counseling Psychology please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in English please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in History please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Intelligence and Security Studies please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in International Politics and Military Affairs please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Psychology please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Social Science please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice please stand? And to coin a phrase last but far from least, will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Political Science please stand? We are proud of you and your accomplishments, and we feel privileged to have played a role in the advancement of your education. Thanks for choosing the Citadel. You may be seated. I'd now like to invite my colleague, Colonel Faith Rivers James, to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'm Faith Rivers James, Assistant Provost for Leadership and Head of the Department of Leadership Studies. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Leadership please stand? We are very proud of you, and we look so forward to all that you will accomplish providing leadership in our society. Thank you for choosing the Citadel. You may be seated. I would now like to invite Dr. Darren Zimmerman to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Darren Zimmerman, Dean of the Swain Family School of Science and Mathematics. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Biology please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Sport Management please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Computer and Information Sciences please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Health, Exercise, and Sports Science please stand? And for the first time, will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing please stand? We are so very proud of all of you. Thank you for choosing the Citadel. You may now be seated. I would now like to invite Dr. Larry Daniel to the podium.
Hello, I'm Larry Daniel, Dean of the Zucker Family School of Education. Will the candidates for the degree Specialist in Educational Leadership please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Teaching please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Education in Educational Leadership please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Education in Counselor Education please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Education in Interdisciplinary STEM Education please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Education in Literacy Education please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Education in Mathematics stand? And would the candidates for the Bachelor of Education please stand? We are so proud of you. Thank you for choosing the Citadel and making this your educational home. You may be seated. I would now like to invite Dr. Mark Bevensey back to the podium.
Mr. Chairman, I'm pleased to present these candidates who have been certified by the faculty as having successfully completed all requirements for their respective graduate and undergraduate degrees. Sir.
Students, please stand. By the authority vested in me by the General Assembly of South Carolina, as Chairman of the Board of Visitors, I confer upon each of you the degree which you have qualified for with all the rights, duties, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Thank you. You may be seated. Now, I'm not sure whether you realize this, but that was an important moment. It was actually at that point that you become the holder of the degree you've been working on. But we all want to see you be recognized individually, right? So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to present diplomas to our newest graduates. General Walters will be making those presentations, assisted by Dr. Kevin Bauer. Those receiving master's and specialist degrees will be called first. They will be followed in turn by recipients of the bachelor's degrees. As a reminder, spring diplomas will be available for pickup after this ceremony in Days Hall. I'd like to point out that those master's degree students who have maintained a 4.0 average in all of their coursework are designated as graduating with distinction and are listed in the program. Evening undergraduate students are recognized with Latin honors in the program, such as cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Those graduates who have received Honor Society recognitions are also listed in the program. Graduating veterans are denoted by the red, white, and blue cords that they'll be wearing. Graduates becoming life members in the Citadel Alumni Association will be announced as they cross the stage. This membership is vital to the future of the college. One measure of a college is in the success of its graduates. Thank you for reaching back to support the Citadel through your Alumni Association membership on the very day you're walking across the stage. I would like to point out to our audience that commencement is both a joyful occasion, but also a dignified event. So for that reason, we're asking our guests to express your excitement in ways that won't prevent others from hearing the name of the next graduate who's going to cross the stage. So let me be a little more specific. So enthusiastic applause, two-fingered whistles if you're so capable, those are encouraged. But air horns, portable sirens, firecrackers, and primordial screams across the building are not encouraged. Thank you. The graduates will now come forward to receive their diplomas as Mrs. Maria Oslagi calls their names. Cadet marshals will assist each row. Cadet marshals, would you now take your positions, please?
Shelby Marie Achilles, with distinction. Stanton Michael Adams.
Great job.
Mary B. Ayalo. Ahmad Almashadani.
Well done.
Courtney Elizabeth Ambrose, who is receiving her diploma from Mr. Harrison Ambrose, class of 2017. Genevieve Christine Anderson, with distinction. Rachel Claire Anderson. Dalton McCrae Andrews III. Diana Marie August. Kenneth Lewis Ayers Jr. Amanda Nicole Bailey, with distinction. John Riston Barnes, who is receiving his diploma from his father. Michael Lane Barnett, Jr., CAA Life member. Jeremy Douglas Barrows, with distinction. Jessica Pearl Bates.
Congratulations. Well done.
Brandon Patrick Biggs.
Did not believe you'd get here. Congratulations.
Michelle Andrea Bolton. Lacey Shaloy Bonner. Kayshawn Lamar Bostick. Joseph Lewis Batari, with distinction. Tori Elizabeth Bowers. Priscilla Scott Bromley. Dan R. Bruyette. Aisha C. Brown, with distinction. Jamita Patrice Brown. Max Arthur Brown. Henry Walker Bruce, with distinction, who is receiving his diploma from his father. Priscilla Burgess. Sally Blue Burgess. Scott Carlisle Caffey, who is receiving his diploma from his father. Julianne Callery, with distinction. Allison Marie Carnival. Kathleen Ann Carney, with distinction. Tyus Carter. Caroline Ann Marie Cashin. Thomas Anderson Charles, who is receiving his diploma from his son. Gary L. Christensen, Jr. Matthew Michael Church. Hayden Pitts Clement, with distinction. Sarah Maria Coleman. Jennifer Kathleen Collins. Karen S. Coltrane, with distinction. Catherine Elizabeth Condon. Rebecca Lee Cook, who's receiving her diploma from her father. Patrick Daniel Cooney, with distinction. Taylor James Cox. David Allen Culler. Megan Elizabeth Cummings. Elizabeth Lee Curtis. Jonathan D. Dietrich, with distinction. Danielle Sean Dillahay. Miranda Lynn Dobbins. Ryan Robert Donnelly. Michael Donahue. Megan Collins Downing, with distinction, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Brandy Nicole Dry. Robin Easterlin, who is receiving her diploma from her daughter and Mr. Dean Easterlin, class of 1979, and CGC class of 1980 and 2012. Daniel Michael Eklund, with distinction. Carmen Ellis, with distinction. Lucian Evans. Brooke Lindsay Everly. Deanna Lynn Fairborn. Adam Finch. Candace Stewart Fladger, with distinction. Allison Jean Formicella, with distinction. Chelsea Elise Foxworth. Jonathan Ross French, with distinction, who is receiving his diploma from his father. Amy Stoll Fulmer, with distinction, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Lauren Dees Gilbert, with distinction, who is receiving her diploma from Mr. Cameron Gilbert, class of 2015. Donna Jean Gomes. Matthew Michael Grayheck, with distinction. Jonathan William Greb. Ashley Dominique Gresh, with distinction. Kathleen R. Green, with distinction. Shawnee Grimsley, with distinction. Samantha Dare Gullidge. Jason Derek Hall. Carly Hansis, with distinction. Nicholas Patrick Harper. David Hines. Victoria Lee Hinson, with distinction, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Julie Campbell Hyatt. Jeremy Edward Hoffman. Elizabeth Hooks, with distinction, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Janelle Lorraine Howard. Dylan Hudson. Jordan Hudson, with distinction. Nicole Rochelle Huger, with distinction. Ramona Daniela Jefferson, with distinction. Jill Kristen Jeffords. Catherine Morgan Jenkins. Zachary Thomas Jordan. Christina Junkins, with distinction. Caitlin Rose Kaminer. Kimberly A. Keeler, with distinction. Catherine Frances Kelly. Shannon Kelly. Adam Wayne Kelty. Jennifer Lynn Kennedy, with distinction. Suzanne Curver. Lauren Ann Kim. Jessica Correa King. Jeremy Lee Kitchens. Anthony John Niffen, Jr., Army Commissionee. Alexa Lynn Kramer. Victoria Ann Kushler. Eric Stephen Cooper. Sean Patrick Laffey, with distinction. Jason Mitchell Latane, Sr. Catherine Lena Lasky. Stevie Lou Lawson. Troy Olin Lee. Kirk Anders Lindgren. Trace Hunter Litton, with distinction. Chelsea Littleton. Victoria Nicole Lockridge, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Michael Gregory Manasotis III. Elizabeth Hattie Martin. Lindy E. Meza Collins. Jocelyn McCall. Wiley Ann McCall. Christopher M. McCullen. Kathleen Maria McClendon. Sean William McCord. Ian McCormick. Lindsay Marie McDaniel, with distinction, CAA Life member, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Melanie McGrath, with distinction. George Edward McIntosh, with distinction. David Taylor McWayne. Ketty Papadopoulos Mears, with distinction. Warren Vergara Mercado. Austin Theory Merritt. Rachel Messick. Jamisha Ann Mickens. Tommy Sierra Middleton. Quentin Logan Miller. Matthew Joseph Malone, with distinction. Kara Ann Moore. Robert E. Morin, Jr. Anne Sullivan Moyer. Christian Blake Navarro. Fletcher Mackenzie Nelson. Michael Scott Netherland. Paulina Nukakatz. Anthony Edwards Noisette, Jr. Kaylee Nicole Nolan. Melissa Ann O'Connor. Eric Ata Ajay Oheni Bakoy, with distinction. Aaron O'Kane. Elizabeth Peeler Pelagi, with distinction. Jennifer June Patrone. Michelle Lynn Phillips, with distinction. Anthony Michael Pinkney. Carrie Jones Polk, with distinction. Andrew Pruce. Candace Roniqua Pringle. Terry Lee Pruitt, with distinction. Jasiara A. K. Davis, with distinction. Jessica Reed, with distinction. Taylor Mackenzie Rentz, with distinction. Ashton Jarrett Ravan, with distinction. Caitlin Marie Richard. Patrick D. Riccio. Noelle Caroline Ryman. Lacey Reinhardt. Benjamin Turner Roberts. Leah Andrews Roach. William Thomas Rogers, with distinction. Ashley Elizabeth Ryan, CAA Life Member. Catherine Sanders. John Christian Schaefer. Thomas Schaefer, with distinction, who is receiving his diploma from his father. Clay Scott. Suzanne Marie Scott. Barack Kumar H. Shaw. Orrin Sharper. Brandon Matthew Shaw. Stephen Sistar. Sierra Cheyenne Skyers. Ryan Holmes Small, with distinction, who is receiving his diploma from Ms. Allie Tronosky, CGC Class of 2005. Tanya Latisse Smalls. Ashley Dawn Smith, with distinction. Austin Levi Smith, with distinction. Chelsea Jacqueline Smith, with distinction. Kendra T. Smith, with distinction. Stephen Victor Smith. Nicola M. Spence, with distinction. Jeremiah Michael Spurgeon. Philip Carl Stack. Dakota M. Steiner. Rebecca L. Stevens. Falcon Buchanan Stewart. Robin Stewart. Deidre Lee Stillwagner. James Christopher Stokes. Rebecca A. Stone Danahy, with distinction. Jeffrey Dean Strickland, with distinction. Catherine Taylor. Megan Taylor, with distinction. Sammy Taylor III, with distinction. Brennan Celeste Textor. Emily Virginia Thickens, with distinction. Chelsea Lynette Tolbert. Vu Tran. Alexander Batesman. Sky Robin Watson. Tiffany Monique Webb. Andres Clemente Torres. Rachel Elizabeth Worley, with distinction. Justin C. White, with distinction. Tanika Griffith White. Tiandra Cottrell White. Marlena Lynette Wilkerson. Benjamin Joseph Williams. Brittany Cottrell Williams, with distinction. Catherine Morgan Williamson. Laura Kathleen Zander Willis. Ashley Morgan Wilson, with distinction. Madison Paige Wilson. Jessica Boaknight Wynn. Amber Noelle Whitman, who is receiving her diploma from her father. Stephen Anthony Walrab. Hayward Woodard, Jr. Devon Matthew Bright. Nancy Alexis, magna cum laude. Christopher Sean Backus, magna cum laude. James Lee Baker, Jr. Emily Ann Banks, magna cum laude. Rebecca Marie Benzin. Brian Gregory Blanton, magna cum laude. Gilbert Bowman Bradham, Jr. Sarah Ann Brady, summa cum laude. Austin Allen Bren, summa cum laude. Anthony Thomas Brown. Christopher Logan Brown, cum laude. Kenneth Jonathan Brown, magna cum laude. Robert Joseph Brown II, CAA Life member. Aaron W. Budd, summa cum laude. Rachel Carter, cum laude. James Noah Kaysen. Matthew Bland Collins, cum laude. Daniel Christopher Corney. Markel M. Corrigan. Michael Lee Cunningham. Cherie Nicole Doney, summa cum laude. Michael Joseph Edwards, cum laude. Daniel William Eggleston, magna cum laude. Samuel Jermaine Franklin. Chadwick Wayne Glasscock, summa cum laude. Stephanie Alexandra Green, summa cum laude. Valentine Brian Gruno. Katie Gorelli. Joshua N. Hallenbeck. Emily Page Harper. Anne Harrington, magna cum laude. John Richard Helton III. Hunter McLeod Hess. Travis Santel Holland. C. Y. Hoy, summa cum laude. Brian James Hutto. Jeremiah Joshua Jacobs, summa cum laude. Jonathan B. Gerald. Kenrick Jose Cantala, cum laude. Amanda Shadden Kassab, summa cum laude. Corey James King, magna cum laude. Demario Demetrist Kitt. Eric Rayshawn Ladson. Nancy Lynn Lawyer, magna cum laude. Samantha Lynn Lysick. Chad W. Little, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Matthews. Veronica Judy Meza Collins, magna cum laude. Andre E. McKenzie. Jordan Thomas McNamara, cum laude. Meadow Madunyanin, magna cum laude. Kyle R. Miller. Lauren Kristen Moore, cum laude. Joshua Anthony Morocco, summa cum laude. Taylor Ray Morris, cum laude. Matthew Benjamin Oswald. Kimberly Larissa Palomo, cum laude. Robert Alexander Perry, cum laude. Sean Stephen Pfeffer, summa cum laude. Rachel Marie Pont. Steve Monroe Richards, CAA Life member. Dolores Rochelle Richardson, magna cum laude. Stephen Glenn Roach, summa cum laude. Trevor James Russell, cum laude. Jonathan Scott Ryan, magna cum laude, CAA Life member. Madeline Grace Salem, cum laude. Jason A. Scott, summa cum laude. Russell Edward Siders, Jr., cum laude. Trenton Lee Silvers, summa cum laude. Stephen Damian Sponholtz. Michael Stanton. Tamar Rachel Sternfeld, magna cum laude. Talmadge Richard Tillman, Jr., who is receiving his diploma from Ms. Krista Simpson, CGC class of 2011. Chow Tai Tran, magna cum laude. Thomas Joshua Weeks, magna cum laude. Nicole Westbury, cum laude, who is receiving her diploma from her grandfather. Ryan Patrick Westbury, who is receiving his diploma from his grandfather. Robert Matthew Willard. Sasha Marie Wilson Ochoa.
You're the last one. Thanks for your service. What a great day. I don't think I can get my ring off now. No, I can't. So some of you nurses have the emergency ice packs. I will now introduce Colonel Leo Mercado, President of the Citadel Alumni Association, to welcome you to the association. And he's my classmate. Turn the mic off.
I realize I'm probably one of the last ones, if I'm not mistaken, the last one, before you can enjoy and celebrate this great occasion in beautiful Charleston. So I will take heed of the Secretary's comments and be brief as well. But to you, the ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2019, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you on your accomplishments in earning your degree. As president of the Citadel Alumni Association, I have the privilege of representing thousands of graduates and extending our congratulations as you join the ranks of Citadel alumni. You have accomplished what many consider, few undertake, and even fewer accomplish. You devoted countless hours of personal time to earn your degree. You had to give up free time during the week and on weekends, balance professional responsibilities and family obligations, and devote yourself to accomplishing your goal of earning your degree. Each of you experienced different challenges during the past several months, but through your personal drive, commitment, and perseverance, you have succeeded. Enjoy the well-deserved laudatory comments and congratulations. You've earned it. But I also encourage you to take some time to reflect on your accomplishment and thank the family, the friends, professors, and classmates who have supported you throughout this journey and contributed to your success. Each of us, as we pursue our academic degrees, is based on timing, opportunity, and circumstance. As Citadel alumni, we take different paths towards a Citadel degree. As cadets, as veteran students, active duty students, evening undergraduate, online, and Citadel graduate students. We also have different goals in our academic pursuits, such as a graduate degree that furthers your professional expertise, an undergraduate degree to serve as the foundation of your chosen profession, a graduate certificate to complement your professional experience, or completing a degree for your own personal fulfillment. Regardless of the motivation for enrolling or the path you chose as a student, we all share the common bond of an academic journey that culminated with a Citadel degree. As of today, you have earned the rights and privileges of being Citadel alumni. I encourage you to be active alumni by promoting, advancing, and supporting the ideals of this great institution. Take advantage of the Citadel's renowned Citadel Alumni Network. Attend Citadel Club activities in your hometowns, engage other alumni, and consider joining the CAA. The gift of your time with your fellow alumni and your collective experiences, serving as ambassadors and being role models for those that will follow you, is one that you can give. Think of your degree as an investment that will only increase in value with what and how you contribute. not necessarily in monetary gain, but what is of more significant value, and that is your precious time, talents, skills, and energy. Congratulations again on your accomplishment. I wish you all the very best, and welcome to the ranks of Citadel alumni.
It's been a great day in our lives of our graduates and their families. Please know it is also a great day for the Citadels. We are now forever a part of each other's history. I would like to thank the faculty and staff of the Citadel and for your contributions to achieving this milestone. Most of all, I want to thank the families and friends of our graduates. You have been with them during this journey. Your support has been critical to their success. It is an honor and a pleasure to request that you move your tassels from the right to the left. Let's give them all a round of applause.
I'd like to now ask that everyone who isn't already standing, please rise for the Citadel Alma Mater to be played by the Charleston Concert Band, and thanks again to you all for being here to provide the music this afternoon. The words to the Alma Mater are printed on the last page of your program, and we invite you to join us in singing along. This concludes our ceremony today. Everyone's invited to Days Hall, just across the street, for a reception in honor of the graduates. And once again, congratulations to the class of 2019. Well done.